So, you want to get better with Wolverine. Wolverine is a special character in Marvel Rivals. He's essentially a tank shredder. The problem is that many people don't get his kit and the proper way of using it. Wolverine is made specifically to destroy tanks. That means that anything that is not a tank will be harder to kill. That is because Wolverine does damage by percentage max health. So the more health the enemy has, the more damage Wolverine will do. And you may ask, but if I kill the healers, then the tank will die anyway, right? And yeah, that is a correct argument. Why to play Wolverine when you can play something to go for the backline? But what you don't get is actually how much damage Wolverine will do. You can easily do a lot of damage to the tank, making the other 2 or even 3 supports have to heal the tank, all 3, so you're essentially taking 4 people's attention. However, there are ways to kill tanks without letting them get healed, and that is the kidnap mechanic. The thing that when you master will let you destroy with him. So, let's start with the abilities of Wolverine. The first one is his basic attacks. They deal 15 damage per hit and 1.5% of max health. And they get more health damage the more rage Wolverine has. So, basically, at full rage, you are doing a 6% max damage plus 15 flat damage per hit. Knowing the amount of health tanks has makes this devastating for them, basically letting you outdamage healers sometimes. The second ability is Vicious Rampage. This is a little dash that does 15 damage. This is his mobility tool. Basically, you will be using this to get closer to enemies really fast, be able to flank from unsuspected angles, and it's his primary tool to the kidnap mechanic. We will get to that one soon. Just know that this tool is useful not only for committing to a fight, but also for escaping. So you survive, or at least don't use your passive and save it for the next fight. And talking about his passive, Regenerative Healing Factor. It's basically give you a big shield when you will die. So it's like a second life, so you can keep on the fight. And after a few moments it morphs into normal health depending on your rage meter. It has a 90-second cooldown. I know it's big, but can be reduced with kills and assists. Every assist or kill give you 10 seconds less of the timer. This ability is one of the most important tools because you can play a lot more aggressive with it. When you have it, this ability can give you very important time to stick to the tank and be able to use your ultimate without dying. Basically, when you're playing Wolverine, you're not supposed to die as often as other characters do, because of this passive. You can go in, kill the tank and survive. His next ability is Undying Animal. It reduces incoming damage by 40%. That's a freaking lot for 5 seconds. So, this ability with the passive let you become a mini tank to absolutely be able to survive getting into 6 people. I recommend you going in when you have it, but its 15-second cooldown could make it a bit harder when you have the opportunity. That's why having the passive is so important, because you could go in, kidnap the tank and survive with the passive. So the next time you go in, you can use your Undying Animal ability and still survive. Are you seeing a pattern? This guy is just too angry to die. The next ability is Fair Lip. This is his kidnapping tool, and the number one thing you need to have understanding on, so you can be good at Wolverine. Basically, you become a Foxy from FNAF for a few seconds, being able to snatch a target and carry it however place you want. And when you get back to the floor, you get a tremendous bonus on your speed, damage and range of your basic attacks, making you destroy tanks in seconds. The way it works is making you fly into the air with whoever you were really close with, and you can choose where you wanna crash. So you use your right click to go in, the dash ability, and then you proceed to use the feather leap and look back towards your team, effectively kidnapping the enemy into your team, away from the healers. You can do so much with this thing. You can even use it to snap stupid flying DPS characters like Iron Man or Storm, if there are no tanks, of course. Wolverine also has a passive that is called Metal Cannonball. It is an interaction with Hulk that will effectively make you a cannonball that Hulk can throw, of course. This is very situational, and I recommend you not trusting on random Hulks because they have no idea how to play Wolverine and will throw you to disadvantageous places. It is good because it acts as a feather leap, so you could use 2 feather leaps, but very hard to pull off. So you're not playing with a friend Hulk, I recommend you sticking to your own ideas and plans and not giving Hulk the ball. For the last one, we have his ultimate, Last Stand. This thing is beautiful. It basically make your enemies and yourself airborne, and then you crash into the floor with your enemies, if you aim it right, of course. So, if you kidnap a tank into the enemy team, and then with full rage you use this baby, you could basically wipe the whole team by yourself. It does 50 damage with a whopping 10% max health, plus 0.3 per point of rage. Max health, of course. So, if you have full rage, this will do a 40% max health damage per target. Are you hearing me right? 40%. Like, 40%. So, you will destroy anyone. Tanks or whatever. No matter. No one survived this shit. That's why I tell you to do the first combo and then proceed to use the ultimate so you do the most amount of possible damage. This ultimate works weirdly sometimes, so be careful how to use it and when. This is the kind of ultimate that can and will definitely be a win or lose scenario for the game. A good thing about it is that it recharges very quickly, so you can use it at least 2 or 3 times in a round if you use your damage well and survive, maybe even more. So, now that we ended up with the basic stuff for Wolverine, let me show you a few tips and tricks so you can take your gameplay beyond. Okay, so now that we're here, let me show you a few things that I think are very important to know. First of all, Leap.
Let's do this.
This ability is not as precise as you think. Yeah, you have to be on top of the enemy because if you're a little bit of distance, you're not going to catch them. That's quite obvious. But you don't even have to be looking at the enemies because Wolverine has a hitbox that's around his body. So even if you're looking
Here come our next victims.
to the other side, you're going to catch them.
You're mine.
You see?
Don't
Let me do
get
that
back
again.
up.
Or if I'm looking to the side.
Let's do this.
Yep. So basically, that's when you wanna use your kidnap mechanic. Your kidnap mechanic will be whenever you're really close. So use your right click and you
You're
kidnap them.
mine.
And they're dead.
That was embarrassing. That was fury.
So it doesn't really matter if you're looking at them or not. So you can just like,
You're mine.
you see? That's when it is at its best. So one thing you need to know, very important about the kidnap mechanic, is that if you're looking at the wrong direction when you kidnap, let's say our team is on the back, alright? So if I try to take the enemy and I take it forward and then backwards, it's not going to be as cute. See? I go to like almost like half 10 meters like this. But if I'm looking backwards already,
Coming at you.
taking the way more. So because now that you know that the whole hitbox of Wolverine like covers his whole body, you can now kidnap
Coming
backwards.
at you.
The next little trick will be like, you want to use your ultimate. Let's say I want to kill this boss. Okay, I use the ultimate and I do this. Sometimes if you're looking far away from the enemy you're trying to get, you're going to make them go airborne, but you're not going.
Fury.
You're not going to take them with you. So you're gonna like
Look who just showed
take them
up.
with the Q and go behind you. That doesn't work. They're not going to go with you. You need to go to look in a general direction, basically. So I take them with me. And that's it. Didn't work. I didn't kill this one. So yeah, you usually want to start your ultimate already facing the position you want, and it's a good idea to be as close as the enemy as possible. So if I do like this, that's nice. So I kill them just because I'm looking at the general direction I want to go already, and that way I will take them with me. This is a good rule of thumb, to be looking at the position you want so you take them. Because if we have, let's say, a healer here, let's say I want to take them over there, but I want to take both. So I do this. If I do this, I'm just going to do it. So I'm really close to this one, not to another. So I recommend you like, yeah, I know you want to take them here, of course, that's really cool. But sometimes you just can't if you want to kill the target you have. That's of course unless you're like, yeah, I wanna take this one, so I'm really close to him, and because I just want this one, I'm going to take you over there. That works because you're really close. But the issue is when you're far away. So you don't want to really like do this too far away. Too far away. That didn't work. Hit the bot that real quick. So if I do this, it's not going to work. Could you use your ultimate far away from the target on the first place? And yeah, that's something I've been noticing, and it's not like the best thing in the world. So you can like, you have this tank here. So let's do this. The tank is basically dead. So try to use your ultimate as close as... Oh my goodness, I cancel it. Oh my god. Try to use your ultimate as close as possible. That way you don't have to do any fancy stuff like this. Like this worked very well because I was looking on the general direction. So be really close, or be really like looking on the direction you want to go. Plus knowing the early thing, you can reposition anyone you want, and basically taking them on the enemy team, because you really want to crash whoever you took into the enemy team, so you can get that enormous like 40% max health damage and kill the whole team, which is very common. You just have to know how to use the ultimate, and you have a few opportunities to do it. So yeah, you're very dangerous. Don't forget to like be patient, because then you can jump really quick on the enemy team and kill them all if you know what you're doing. So calm down and don't use your ultimate like as soon as possible randomly. That won't really work. So tell me, did you learn something new? Because I really hope I make this guide like thinking about all those Wolverines on gold and platinum that doesn't really know what they're doing. On platinum, of course, bronze too. But yeah, they don't really know what they're doing. They don't really know what a Wolverine does or how to really proceed. So if you want more of this content, I can also teach you specific situations on when you should and when you shouldn't get into a fight or try to kidnap someone, and maybe also knowing when you have to like use Wolverine and when you don't. Thanks for seeing the video, and I hope you have a good time.